Okay guys, I'm getting way behind on shop updates. Sorry about that. Let me show you what's going on. Sean is working away on the 32 Ford. Now he's got the doors, the hood, fenders, grill shell, and the back tonneau cover and the tailgate done in final primer. Now he's working on the truck itself. And remember, we're not stripping this thing down to bare metal, we're just cleaning it up. Cleaning up for a friend of mine. So, you know, if you wanted it to be absolutely perfect, you'd strip it because you don't know what's under all the different layers, as you can tell, what's going on. But we're just sanding it down, seeing if we can get it straighter than it was by what product is on there, if that makes sense. And if we can't, then we put a little filler on and straighten it out. This gentleman's just going to be going back to satin black, and he's going to flame the shit out of it. This is a daily driver, and when I mean daily driver, he drives it in the rain. Even the day he brought it out here, it was snowing and he was driving it. Didn't care. So this is just like just an old school hot rod that he would drive every day. So he doesn't want to spend a whack of money into something like that. He's got a beautiful 36 Ford Coupe that's more his show car, if you want to say. So, but that is what's going on. You can see where we kind of had the flame shone out with chalk, so we have an idea what's going on. You can even kind of see some of them still coming through on the rear fender. Anyway, Sean's working his magic there. This is the worst part, the cab on this truck. Really bad. But anyway, it is what it is. It's 1932. And we got a door over here. This door's to the Firebird, so I'm going to be putting that on there today. We'll go take a look at that. We will go take a look. See, a little dark in this room. Leave the lights out. Save on the energy. Anyway, let's go take a look at this. Well, we'll go through the shop here and we'll see what's going on in this room, what Mike's working on. Mike's been working, and I didn't have Sunday Fun Day last week. You guys obviously know that. I was off. I went to Vernon for the swap meet up there, and then from Vernon, I went all the way back, came back home, was at the Haney Automotive Swap Meet in Maple Ridge. Out of Malibu. Everything's been fitted, done, and taken all out now. Extra holes on the firewall welded up. Now this car will be going over to Sean on Monday, and he'll be doing all the prep work under the hood on the inner, like the inner fenders, the firewall, and then we're going to paint that next week, and then the car goes all back together. Then it's wiring time. So that's where that is. Still waiting on Dakota gauges. They're not here yet, but hopefully they get here soon. The 72 Chev pickup, the rot box, the frame off on. It's mounted on the cab's mounted on the frame. You can see the roof cap is off. It was just that bad. Cleaning it all up, getting it done. Even the gutters, we've ordered those new. It was just that rusted out. Just horrible. Rusted around the rear window. But it was his grandpa's truck. Probably could have found a better cab if he kept looking around, but it was his grandpa's truck. So away we go. Mike's working away on that today. And there we go. And then we'll take a look outside. Take a look out here and see what's going on. So actually, I cleaned out this truck yesterday, went through all the parts in it and cleaned everything out because I'm going to be getting ready to be pulling the front sheet metal off it. To be getting ready to take the engine and transmission out. I might even start pulling that sheet metal off it today. We'll see where we're at. See where we're at. You remember this 72 Chev pickup I did all the welding on? Well, we've got it all in, that's it, it's in primer. All we got left to do is finish up the doors and hang the doors. So we got that to go on. Looking good. So yeah, so a little bit of work on the doors, hang the doors, then we're going to prep it, paint the inside, paint the firewall. Then the gentleman's going to take it home and he's going to start putting it together. And then when he gets it all together, he'll bring it back and we'll finish it off. Because we still got to do hood, front fenders, all that. The truck itself is going to be a flat deck. Now here is the Firebird. We had the door on this side that you just saw in there. Then we pulled it off to final bodywork it. Even though it was a brand new door, it still wasn't perfect. They never are. So I'm going to get that door on here today. Definitely get this door on today. And then after the door is on, then I got to start attempting to play with this fender here. But Sean's just doing a couple things to this fender. We had this fender fitting, but again, it needs a little tweaking. So he's got that fender to deal with. So I don't know, I may not get that. I probably won't get that fender to near the end of the week. But anyway, and then after that, the gentleman's going to take it and he's going to go he's putting an LS in here, LS conversion. He's actually doing that or something, I can't remember now. So he's going to go get that done, the engine, the tranny, that, and get it wired up. Then he's going to bring it back to us. And hopefully he brings it back and we at least just finish the whole car off and put it in final primer. Rather than leaving it in stages like this, where some's in final primer, some ain't. But that's his call. We do what the customer wants. It's all good. And then over here, you see an empty hole. Well, in this empty hole sat the 95 Dodge pickup. Y'all want to see the 95? Give me a hell yeah if you do. I'll tell you what. You give me a bit and I'll set this camera down. We'll go see the 95. But in the meantime, here's the 65. I ended up getting all the front sheet metal put on that. Everything's lining up good. So, except for one panel. This panel is not lining up the greatest. The gentleman brought me another one. I'm going to try another one on there. Going to do that this week here too. Then put the hood hinges on and then fit the hood on this truck. So, and here's the fenders for the 32. The doors are in behind for the 32. Grill shells up there. Tailgate's up there. Like I say, all that stuff is done. So we got a bit on the go here. But yet it looks empty. But it's not. It's not at all. Just right now we're going through the transition of jobs are coming in and out. So I got 2 more jobs coming in here next week. I think you guys are going to think are very, very cool. So, with that being said, let's go, how's that look there, that little STP sign there? I actually kind of want to get myself another gas pump to put there. But, gas pumps aren't cheap, and the money I'd spend on the gas pump I could spend on my cars. Let's go take a cruise somewhere. Let me shut this camera off and let's take a boot down the highway. Alright guys, we're at the paint booth here. As you can see, there's the tailgate for the Dodge and the gas door. And there she is. Let's get some lights on. I'm gonna start masking her up. It's paint time. It's paint time. I won't turn all the lights on. But yeah, now this was not take it apart. You know, like normally if you're doing a full-blown job, you're pulling the box and getting behind the cab, you're pulling bumpers and getting it behind there. This ain't that kind of job. This is just clean it up, paint it. This gentleman here has had this truck, I forget how long he's had it, over 20 years, really low kilometers. And he replaced the doors. He brought me 2 new doors, put those on and welded 2 new rockers on it. And it's just cheaper for him to throw a paint job on here. I mean, you spend say 20 grand for me to do some work to this truck, and to buy a new truck he's looking at anywhere from minimum 60 to over 100 grand. And this truck's got less than 200k. It's got the big Cummins diesel in it, so this truck's gonna go forever. So clean up, give it a paint job, and then he's gonna let his son drive it. So he says. I think when it's painted, I don't think he's gonna let his son drive it. But we'll see what happens. You can kind of see there's the color there. We've already done the edge. It's that real dark green with a very fine metallic or pearl in it. So we'll get this all painted up and then she'll come home next week. And then we'll put her together. So with that being said, you got to see that. I'm going to shut this camera off. Time to do a little masking. And we'll take it from there. Right, we masked it all up. We started painting some of it. We didn't paint the whole truck because it was just too much last night. So we got the box done, the roof done, tailgate done, and tonight we'll do the cab. It looks almost black here, but it is green, factory. See the green in it here now. Okay, let it dry up for a day, cover this up, paint the cab. It's just way easier for us because my painter came in last night and it's a late night for him, and this just makes it easier. Could he paint it all in one night? He could have, but this is easier just to do it like this, and it's not a big deal. Alright guys, so we're back at the shop. Now you might be, let me explain something because some of you may not understand. I have a painter, obviously, and he's been painting for some 30 years, but he stopped painting, I don't know, I think 5-6 years ago he stopped painting, and he went and started working with his son doing construction. So he has a daytime job. So, because some of you might be wondering, why was the truck painted in pieces like that? The cab or the roof of the cab and the box. Well, he has a daytime job, so he only paints for me in the evening because he's just stopped, he got out of painting, but he still loves to do it. But like I say, he wanted a different thing in life, he'd done it long enough, wanted out. Really good painter, really good painter. So what he does is he paints for me on the weekdays in the evening. So because it's in the evenings, could he paint that truck all in one night? He could, but he doesn't get over there till like 6:37. It's not so much the painting part is forever, it's the dry time in between. So if he was to start painting that truck, he'd probably get out of there like at 2 in the morning because they're usually giving it 15 minutes in between coats. And you think about it, 3 coats of base, 3 coats of clear, spray time, all that, mixing, cleaning, all the bullshit. So we try and make it easy. So on the Dodge truck, it had a cutoff line along the roof cap, which followed all the way down the back of the cab. So we masked it there because there'll be no line, no edge. So we're lucky. Some vehicles you can do that, some he's just got to stay and paint all night. But anyway, on that one we're lucky. So he was able just to paint the roof in the back of the cab and all the box and tailgate. Now we leave it sit for the day, which we're doing today. Then we'll go in there and we'll mask up all the pieces he's painted, which is basically throwing plastic over it and taping it down good. And he'll paint the cab and the hood and the doors. Makes life easier for him. He's only there for maybe now 4 hours, 5 hours. Just makes life a lot better on his part. So that's why we do it that way, and honestly, you get a nicer job out of it really, sometimes. He's not feeling rushed like he's got to, you know, because when you're laying that base down, you're running all over. I know some of you guys are out there, you're painters, you know what I'm talking about, and so that's just what I'm talking about. Can he do it all? He can, but I'm just trying to be nice and not make him stay there till like 1, 2 in the morning, that's all. So anyway, we're back at the shop, showing you the 32. Sean has finished off all the body work on the cab as far as we're going to go with it. Like I say, this truck is going satin black. We're not getting overly carried away with it. The gentleman just wants to re-satin black it and flame it. Honestly, the whole truck should be stripped right down to bare metal and blown apart. When I mean blown apart, like the cab's all right where it is, but we are going to be taking the fenders off the box, but the box should come off everything. But he doesn't want to do that, so we're doing what we can with what we got, with what time we got. So Sean is working the fenders while they're still bolted to the box on the outside, because it's easier for him. It's something solid, stationary. Then what will happen is, I'll be pulling the fenders off and he'll finish the fenders up off the box. Then he'll do the box sides. Again, the box sides he's not going to get too carried away with because you can't look down them because the fender's in the way. Because they are not straight by no means whatsoever. 1932, what do you think? You know, all the areas where it was peeling out and like busting out, he did strip all that to bare metal, but he never stripped down the other part of the truck. You can see, look at all the layers of paint. The truck was it was green, it was red, it was tan or brown, whatever it was. Black. It's been so many different colors. It's just built right up on there. But you work it with what you got. And that's why I try and help some people out. We're working with what we got. This fender, unfortunately, Sean had to strip pretty much most of it down to bare metal. It was all surface rust underneath, bubbling up, and that's why the paint was cracking off it. So that's why I say you can strip this fender and take care of that problem. You can strip the areas along the cab there, but how do we know on the areas we didn't strip that doesn't start peeling back one day down the road? You don't know. But it's what the customers request, it's what they get, so there's no warranty. There just isn't. Warranties just don't exist when you do stuff like that. They can't, it's impossible. It's like when you weld a patch in a fender. Do I warranty it? No. You buy a new fender, I warranty it, because the new fender comes with a year warranty for me. I weld a patch in your fender, I can promise you probably, I'll give you a year, that it won't rust in that area, because I take it beyond that area, but how do I know the fender ain't going to rust further down the road somewhere else? I don't. So, there is no warranty. Sad to say. Okay, so we'll see what else is going on here. Okay, the Chevelle's down off the lift. We're bringing it down because we're getting ready to move this into Sean's bay for Monday. Monday he's going to be starting to work all underneath the hood area. Oh, we started prepping out the dash. Got all the dash all sanded down, and we got some primer on the dash because the dash is getting repainted. So that's all done. So that's actually going to be painted up today, I should say, by the end of the week here. And you see where Mike's welded some extra holes up, so now Sean's got to get in here, clean all this up. And again, we're not pulling this apart. So are you going to get a perfect job? You're not. You're only going to get a clean job. It'll look tidier, it'll look better, but it will not look 100% perfect. You want it perfect? Pull it apart. Customer don't want to pull it apart. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Make a note on the bill, everybody's happy. It's all good. That's how it should be. Alright? No arguing, just trying to make people happy. I've got the nose unbolted off the 54 now. This is all just sitting here loose. The engine and transmission are all unbolted, ready to be pulled out. I don't want to lift that off because if I do, it's just going to lay around here. So better leave it on there till I'm ready to pull the engine and tranny. Somebody asked me updating the running gear. No, what I've done is I've gotten a 256 cylinder. This lady wants to put an automatic in it, so I got a 256 that'll allow an automatic to bolt up to it. So that's what I'm doing there, and I'm putting disc brakes on the front. Okay, and then I was working away on this, which I had mentioned to you. I got the door and lined up really nice, and the fender. So that's all lined up. So what I'm working on next here is I'm going to push this outside and I'm going to get this fender on. But before I can put the fender on, I got to put the inner fender onto the fender. So I got to do that. And then it's just a few things after that which I got to deal with next week. I need one day on it next week just to take care of a few tiny little things, and it's going out like this. So that's all good. And then of course the 65 Chevy, got the hood on it. Did get the hood on, got it lined up nice. I'm happy with it. The only one adjustment I'm going to make is this right here. I don't know if you can see that in the camera. If you just see that, it's just down a little bit. There's no adjustment there. It's just this. And what this is, when you open these hoods on these trucks, there's a block back there, which is a stopper, and it moves up and down. I just got to move it down a hair. That'll just lift that hood just that teeny little bit up to there. But the other side, which is kind of cramped, you can't see. I got it. I don't know if we can see. Yeah, you can kind of see. I've got it lined up good. It's all lining up good across the top there. Perfect. It's lining up nice along there. So that's good. So that is where we are at. Oh yeah. There's the field of forgotten dreams. Got it cut. Did the first cut on it. Did the first cut on the field of the forgotten dreams. And I tell you, once you do the first cut, you know what that means? At this time of year for me, it means I'll be out there twice a week. Not once a week. Twice a week for an hour cutting. Usually takes me an hour to cut the field of dreams. Unless I decide to do the weed whacking, which honestly, I only weed whack it once a month. So if I do the weed whacking, I'm there an hour and a half to do everything. But it does look good. I think it's time to do a dump run here soon. Get rid of some garbage. So that is what is happening. I'm going to cut this video off at that. I am going to see you on Sunday Fun Day. Do I know what I'm doing? I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. Don't have a clue. You missed me last Sunday. Like I said, I was out picking. I'm going to show you all the goods I got picked. So look forward to that. I'm not really working on the 55. I got a friend's birthday party. He's turning 70, so I'm going to that Saturday night. So I don't know how good I'm going to feel on Sunday Fun Day. Oh yeah. Okay guys, I'll catch you later.